special guest, Mr. Dillon Busby, today on Strikeout Beer. And we're live. Welcome to Strikeout Beer, episode number 292 with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
Yeah, so TikTok's not working.
The phone isn't turned on.
Phone's not working. Okay, so we got that going for us, which is nice.
You know, you could use your phone. You want to put your phone?
But I gotta
over
look at like comments and stuff.
No, you don't.
Read words.
Nah, you don't have to do that.
Got to interact with the people.
Sounds overrated.
You know what?
What's SD card mode? What's that mean?
I don't know. We just gonna F everything up today?
Yeah. Yeah. That's about how it goes. Look at this. I mean, does this look awesome or what?
I mean, it looks all right.
That's a nice little pour job.
Not bad.
All right.
But you don't need to. Okay.
Well, you had it over there.
Okay.
I figured you would.
We're just gonna jump right into the beer right now.
I figured you would. You know.
So we're drinking Bitburger today. The Bitburger Premium Pills. I've got the alcohol-free version. Rapid Dave's got the regular one, and he's just going to go ahead and just chug. No,
I just wanted a sip. I just wanted
a sip.
I'm thirsty. Thirsty. Quite parched. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, man. How was your weekend?
Not a time to chug this. That was all right, I guess. It rained like 4 inches.
Dude, it rained so much.
Why did it rain so much? Is it global warming? I heard it was global warming. And then it gets cold, and then people
blame
God
was flooding the earth again.
Will we make it?
No.
Man, back in the day when I had a boat, I was like, fuck it. I was like, bring it on. I'll be just fine.
There are a lot more boats in the world now than there were then. So a lot more people would survive.
Yeah.
Right?
Wealthier people. They're going to flood all. Well, unless there's a bunch of John boats out there. You know what I mean? Which are in the lower income brackets.
Angry Artist is in the house. What's up?
William, next time you're in town, man. Or actually, you know what? We need to talk about having you on the show remotely anyways, because you're always on the go. So I figured...
he's a busy guy.
Yeah. We need you to... Probably in like 3 weeks or something.
He's a man about the town.
We need to get find out why your obsession with drawing peens on things, where it came from, and why do you do it?
When did it start?
Yeah, tell us when it started.
And how big is the biggest peen you ever drew?
And biggest one you ever seen.
And the biggest one you've ever seen in real life.
Yeah.
You know, because the people want to know.
Yeah.
We get emails every day asking us, like, hey, what's the biggest peen William Russell's seen? We're like, I don't know, man.
I remember when I was in like middle school.
Should message him.
And like, you know, like, so you're thrown together.
Size, he says.
You know, you're thrown in like so I guess women, they might know this by now, but if you didn't know, like they throw us boys all in one locker room, and we don't have individual showers. We have a cylinder that goes in the air that has a bunch
in
of
the middle, and you know everyone's looking at each other.
Yeah, you're just standing there, you're just making eye contact. You know, some guys are dropping the soap, being funny about it or whatever. Well, in 6th grade, it's just weird. It's awkward anyways because you have a bunch of, you know, say 11-year-olds hanging out with like 13, 14-year-olds.
Hanging out with their wangs out.
So there's a slight difference. Like some are not even in puberty yet. Then you got the other dudes that are like, yeah, what's up? But, you know, and then you get to high school and then you play like baseball or something or basketball. And then all of a sudden you're, you know, it's just, you know, it's just all of a sudden you start to get a little shock. But yeah, no, there's no privacy in the locker room with dudes. Like, because if you're always hustling around with a towel or something like that or scurrying about, you're going to be ridiculed relentlessly.
There was a guy that wore swim trunks
to shower.
Yeah. There was that guy.
I was scared when I was a freshman because I played baseball, and so we were in the field house. We're 300 yards away from school, from the actual school. We're out there by ourselves. It's like Lord of the Flies.
William, I wore a bodysuit.
And I'll be honest with you, man. Like I was like, I'm getting out of here as soon as practice is done, and I'm not like I'm out of here because the seniors and juniors would like, you know, the icy hot and shit, like pin your ass down, icy hot your ass or whatever. And I was like, that shit happened to me because when that door shuts and the coach goes in his office, the door shuts, I'm already gone. I'm like. I need adult supervision.
See, so in middle school...
Y'all's are different than ours.
My first year in middle school, I was on track, but all that stuff was after school. So you never went back to
track.
Didn't go back to the locker room.
You're like a manager or a water boy or something like that?
No, I was distance runner. Ran the mile and the 2 mile and the mile relay.
There ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
You run like you got like poles stuck up your legs and shit.
Well, because my knees been up since then. But
Oh, since then? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's middle school.
Were you
yeah.
ever like slender or thin?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was always.
I've never seen any pictures of it. That's
yeah,
why I say
I was
it.
always all the way through high school. I was because I like especially like in high school.
Yeah.
I played hockey every day of the week.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
fat people are still fat.
Yeah,
you know what
no,
I mean?
I
They
was
can play
never-
hockey all the time, but they don't. You know what I
I
mean?
was never fat.
No?
So yeah.
Huh.
So I was always out playing sports and that. So but
Okay. All right.
so we didn't have. And then my second year, like
That was real good. Thanks.
something didn't pass the millage, I think is what it was called, and we didn't have middle school athletics. Like we just didn't have it in our middle
shit.
school. Yeah. And then when I got to high school here in Texas, I was playing hockey.
Y'all didn't have anything
No,
in middle school?
no, your ninth grade year, you could try out for the high school team.
No shit. A small town, I guess.
No, big good size. It just didn't pass.
No basketball, no football, no
Nothing.
water polo,
Nothing in middle school. It was all in the high school.
no Quidditch.
No. Quidditch wasn't a thing then.
What are you talking about? Those books are old.
They ain't that old.
I don't know about all that.
Those books came out when we were adults, sir.
Probably. Someone
But-
was like, the book's much better. I go, they made a book out of that thing? You ever seen Airheads? That's my favorite quote. Steve Buscemi is an amazing character,
it's so
no matter what he's in. And that shit will always stay with me when they're talking about, I can't even remember the book that they was talking about. He goes like 55 copies of Gone with the Wind or some shit like that. They were like, the book or the movie? He goes, they made a book out of that thing? It's so freaking great. It really is. I hate that I couldn't get the phone to turn on. It was on a minute ago because like that stuff's still hooked up to Lizzie's account.
Right.
So it goes off every 5
Moby
seconds.
Dick.
Moby Dick, that's
67
right.
copies of Moby Dick.
See, I was way up there. I was like 50-something copies. Yeah, 60-something copies. Hell yeah. When that movie come out? 93?
It came out in, let's see here,
Looks like it turned something on today.
94. 1994 that came out.
That's close. It's got great Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah. Brendan Fraser. Yep. It's good stuff.
All right, it's turning on, so we're just going to give it a minute.
Okay.
right.
Let give it a minute. But yeah, no,
Jesus.
but when I got to high school, we were playing hockey and we went and played out at like the Tarrant County Convention Center and things like that. And we didn't have access to the locker room for showering or anything like that.
What do you mean? How'd you put your pads on?
We just had like a little room that we would get to go in.
What?
It was just like a regular room. We didn't get to go into the actual locker room.
Where you played? What?
Yeah.
We were in every locker room we wanted to be. Like, we
Yeah.
even played at Reunion Arena, and we were in the locker room.
Yeah, we never played Reunion Arena.
Huh. Well, I mean, because I'm in Dallas.
Yeah.
I was on Dallas side of things. You were in Fort Worth.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we didn't get access to the locker rooms.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
I played at the, there was the, I'll tell you one thing.
Played at Will Rogers and Tarrant County Convention Center.
I remember playing at Reunion. I didn't like the ice there. It was real choppy. It was real rough, you know, because they probably didn't give a shit because we were there.
Right.
But where they used to practice, the Star Center or Starplex
Star
or
Center,
whatever,
yeah.
that shit was like, it was glass. It was beautiful, and I loved it so much. But yeah, I finally remember. I remember getting like able to play there. That was like the only game my mom came to.
Yeah.
too.
You know what? We did do a little bit at the Star Center my senior year, but not a lot because we were originally supposed to play out. What's up, old school? We were originally supposed to play out Grapevine because they had that ice rink at Grapevine Mills Mall. Yeah. But my senior year was the year that like something happened to the ice there. Like they had like a big malfunction or something like that, and the ice all melted. No, it wasn't COVID. It wasn't. Well, no, it didn't. It wasn't a real thing back then.
It's not a real thing now. Anything else?
Christy won the NBA league. I won the WNBA league. She is letting me have it. Oh man.
I wouldn't let my wife talk to me like that.
Yeah, you gotta put her in her place there, old school. Be like, look here, woman, I'm the man.
You should probably just say
Okay.
congratulations.
Or say congratulations, whatever.
No, you.
Me? Yeah. I'm trying to give old school some advice here.
On what? Relationships?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Don't listen. If there's one thing I know, it's don't listen to this for about anything with relationships. No, thank you.
Hey,
What's up?
I provide everybody with great advice.
You give unrequested and unwarranted advice. Yes.
Had Cuddles listened to me, his life would have probably been a lot more
I hate that thing did.
improved. I told him to stick to the anal, and
Yeah.
he didn't.
You should
and
have
then
took
he got-
that on advice too.
And then he got a baby.
Yeah.
So
You got two of them.
this is Chrissy using his phone. Oh, geez. Oh,
Oh
no.
God.
Congratulations, Christy.
Yeah, I heard you won a league. I really do.
You really need to let old school know that you're better than him.
So for real, big shout out to everybody who was in the NHL Fantasy League and the NBA Fantasy League. It was a lot of fun. It was our first year ever putting it on.
Ed France in the house.
Had a lot of fun, and then like the last 2 weeks of the season, like we were busy around here, right? It was either that we were sick or doing something else. It was like forgetting to do shit or we're partying too hard. I'll tell you what. It's tough setting lineups when you're hungover.
Oh.
When you can't even move, and at our age, the hangover hurts so
much more.
bad.
It's ridiculous. Jason Dennison's in the house.
What's up, brother?
What's up, Jason? What's up, guys? Sipping on some Newcastle.
I was up your way this past
Love some
weekend.
Newcastle. A little brown ale action going on. It's good stuff.
It's okay. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's okay. I feel
Good
better.
stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying old school. Just kidding. So you tell that wife, look here, woman.
Yeah. Shit, we're not live on.
I'm the man.
On
Did you not hit?
Oh shit, I didn't. Having the time of my life.
Oh man.
This is awesome. We're gonna be here for an hour. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who watches the show anyway?
I mean, the numbers kind of beg to differ.
No, they don't.
And the comments beg to differ today.
Oh, you mean just today? I'm
mean,
talking about the podcast, the audio only. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, look, we're live there.
Are we live there now too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you we were.
Oh, I don't listen to you.
Ed France, how we doing? I thought about you today. I think there was something that popped up on the memories. It said, I think it was like a year ago that you joined the show, and it was the second installment of you being on the show. So we need to have the third one. I think we're going to talk a little streaming and where you're at right now, ups and downs, lefts and rights. I need to also get Killa on. I got to get Old School on. So we're going to start bringing back guests and things like that. And listen up. We're also going to bring back picks with friends or picks with guests or whatever. Have a lot of fun. It's always good to have them on, to have someone call in. No video. We're just going to have people call.
Old school, you got to make up your mind. Is it your wife? Is it you? Is it both of you? Like, you got to let us know, man. Because you're just kind of leaving us hanging out to dry. We're trying to get your back, but then you're like, we shouldn't get your back. I don't know what's going on.
He called me like hammered the other day.
You told me about that.
He was like, what are you doing? I go, I'm at a casino having a couple beers. He goes, oh, got time for a phone call? I was like, yeah, it's going to be loud as shit, I guess. Boy, he was. And so we pretty much agreed that we're going to go to Vegas together.
Okay.
We haven't figured out a date, even because whenever anybody wants to go to Vegas with me, what do I always say? Pick a date.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to go like next week. Like
okay.
not me and him, but like Lizzie and I found a ticket for like $60 just to pop in. Like,
no, Christy's here. What's up, Christy?
Hey, Mrs. Old School.
Clear his throat. Listen here. It was your husband. Okay.
So
he sent us a message telling us what to say. So
Ocho, how are we
don't know,
doing
man.
over there on the gram?
Jason said the Stars need to win today.
They have to.
Yeah.
It's over if they don't. It's absolutely over. They should have. You know what? They got jinxed. I was listening to the ticket, listening to the guys. I think maybe from the Sweet Spot. It might have even been the Weekend. I don't even know that. I don't know. I mean, these guys. They were talking about how the Mavs, they'll probably win in about 5. I would say 5. The Stars, 5. Shit, they might sweep. I go, oh yeah, sweep against the defending champions, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah. That beat you last year in the playoffs.
That beat you last year in the playoffs.
Okay, that's cool.
Bold statements. Everybody's got a little too penisy around here, I think. Got to bring it back down to earth.
I was going to say, ever since the Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers won, now everything's possible. Everything's possible.
Everything at Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna bring back some ex-guests, streamers, content creators, things like that. We're also gonna have some radio personalities up in Chicago join us next week. Mr. Combsy,
yep.
Brandon Combs. And just get back at it, have more fun and do the guest thing. But the NFL drafts tomorrow. We have Dillon Busby about to join us here in about 15 minutes. We're going to go through the NFL draft. He's also going to bring a little insight to the Dynasty League.
I'm pretty sure he's giving us a pick-by-pick breakdown,
round by
rounds
round.
1 through 7.
Oh, Jesus. Well, y'all can do that. I'm going to not deal with that. But he's also going to a little insight on the Dynasty League, and then
is that a thing?
His league.
Yeah, like I said, is it a thing?
We're going to find out. But then we also are going to bring back our league as well. We're going to have one super league like we had last year. It just makes it more wheels off,
right?
Wild ass. And but yeah, did I win that? Who won it? Did I come in second or first?
I don't remember.
All right, I don't know because I won so many leagues last year, I can't keep track, and I don't have all the hardware up. But I plan on to defend myself, but defend the title. and just a little celebration for me. I might even have a fucking parade out front or
you
something.
Can have a parade out front? Yeah. Can you live stream it,
dude? Maybe. I need you know what I need? I need like 10 pickup trucks, and then so we'll have a little parade for me.
Oh, let's see here. I'm pulling it up right. Can I pull it up right now? No,
let's go Rangers.
It's not let me pull it up.
I bet you're going for the wrong Rangers. You're not going for the Texas Rangers. You're going for the New York Rangers.
Are they in the playoffs?
Rangers, are you?
Okay.
I think they're down. Damn, are they down 2 games?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I wish if only there was some way we could find that type of information out.
The internet, man. So anyways, there's your girl. Oh, you missed her. But anyhow, so we're hammering some beers tonight. We're going to have some hypotheticals. We actually can jump right into that. We got Dillon joining us in about 15 minutes. And it's going to be a good time. So are you looking forward to the draft?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
Lots of contracts and requests and things like that happen today.
There's a lot of things out there as far as like possible trade scenarios and things like that. I think we might see a lot of trades this year during the draft.
There's a couple teams that have a lot of picks, and I think they're going to trade those picks in for some later considerations and maybe some players, whatever. T. Higgins asked for a trade along with the I think offensive lineman, I believe, for Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Oh, the defensive Hendrickson?
Yeah.
I glazed over that because I was using the restroom and it hurt so bad that I was like, and I couldn't pay attention, but I saw T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, we're pretty much closing up shop at this point. But, I mean, I expect to make a nice little run for the playoffs. When I say we, the Cincinnati Bengals, because, after Burrow comes back from injury, he's usually on fire. Jamar Chase is fresh.
Yeah.
But you can't keep him off his ass. The offensive line sucks.
Ed confirmed New York Rangers.
Of course. He said, yeah. Of course.
So I'm assuming that's, I don't know.
The Knights are walking in. They look like they're dressed like Clockwork Orange. I don't know what that's all about.
So this weekend I was wearing my Strikeout Beer hoodie, right? And I know you hate it that I wear my Strikeout Beer places.
It's 80 degrees down here.
It was raining all weekend.
80 degrees and rainy, and you're going to wear a hoodie?
Yeah.
Don't you fog up the car? No. Or just, no? Oh, okay. Cool as a cucumber, are you?
Oh, yeah. It was great. It was great. And I was in the store, and this guy is walking by me, and he sticks his hand up. He's like, hold on. And he kind of stops me.
You didn't slap his hand out of the way and say, get out of my
Well, we're a ways away from each other. He's not this close to me. He's from me to the door over there, good distance away.
I would have fucking
And I'm
looking
at him, and he's pointing at my hoodie. And I'm like, yeah? He goes, what's strikeout beef? I go, I don't know, man.
I don't know, but it's a new thing now.
I go, I don't know.
I'm going to have a Where's the Beef shirt next week.
He's like, what do you mean you don't know? You're wearing it. I go, Strikeout Beer. That's an R. And he looks, he goes, oh, yeah. And then just walks away.
Can none of y'all read over there on that side of town? I swear, every time I go over there, I'm astounded by
I was over in Keller.
By the amount, the lowest level of intelligence. Every time I run into, they're a bunch of mouth-breathing, drooling dummies. And I don't understand what the deal is. Is there something in the water over there? Well, you said you don't drink tap water. No, so it might be something in the water.
I don't know.
Yeah. Man, maybe. He must drink straight from the tap.
But yeah. He's like, what's strikeout beef? I don't know, man.
I'm gonna have Where's the Beef next week. I swear to God, I was supposed to have a shirt today, but I couldn't find the. Lizzie had a bunch of shirts, but they just weren't the ones that I want, because I wear these type of shirts now. I wear whatever these Bella shirts because they're so soft.
Right.
Oh yeah, I gotta have soft. You can't put me in some big ass hard canvas tent shirt and expect me to be happy. She goes, you can just wear it for the show. I go, does it look like I'm just gonna be wearing it for the show? And I started getting all wild,
especially right now because you're on your period right now.
I am fucking full.
100% just mad at the world, yelling at the poor long guy across the street.
Don't say what I said.
I was like, okay. And then you just turn to look at me and go, I'm just real mad today. I'm like, cool, buddy.
I should have went out there and just socked him in the face. I'm tired of that guy. I should have just walked over there and just, as he turned around, just socked him in the face. Stupid bastard. If you got anybody, that takes care of your yard.
We got a bleeder.
That takes care of your yard, or you do this, or whoever, if you mow your grass and then blow the shit across the street into and onto your neighbor's cars and they're on the side of their curb and their walkway and stuff, you're a complete asshole. There's no way to sugar. I wish I just want to shoot this fucking guy in the leg. You know what he's gonna hear? He's gonna hear this little, because these windows are old as shit. You're gonna hear it open, you go, and he's gonna hear, and it's just fucking something bit me. He's gonna do the Forrest Gump. Oh, something bit me. Yeah, I just want to shoot him right in the leg of the ass.
But I picture you after you shooting him going, Pop, pop.
I might fire off 1 or 2 more rounds. I got to watch Community. I still won't watch it. There's something wrong with me.
Christy said alcohol will help with the PMS.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Shit. Need some Midol and some all crampy. I'm pissy because I'm doing like keto, right? And I've been angry for 3 fucking days. Like where I get home from work and I should be excited to be home, but when I get home, I am pissed. I am mad about everything going on around here, how everything is. I can vouch for that. I got my God.
It said, have you ever been on your streams and have a beer get warm and you get into a dilemma about using ice, but you'd feel it'd take away from the flavor of the beer you're sampling?
No, I just drink it warm.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a rodeo cool beer.
No, nothing at all.
Not that I'd let any, like on my late night streams, it's not like any beers ever got warm on me, but no, it wouldn't make me piss. I'd probably drop some ice cubes in there.
Yeah.
Dylan, I see you're in the background. Are you ready? I mean, we can get you going. I know you're like at your, I mean, you want to bring him in? We can bring him in. You don't have to sit here and listen to this shit.
I mean,
this is ridiculous.
we can make him listen.
You got your earbuds and everything ready, or no? You just fine? Looks like he's there for like a mug shot.
He is.
It's got that wall that you see. It's very soothing color. Yeah.
Just missing a couple lines.
The notches up the wall.
We got to know how tall he is, you know. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's welcome to the show.
Oh shit!
One of the hosts of Mostly Football, the one, the only, Mr. Amon-Ra St. Busby.
Oh god.
He's got to throw the shades on, of course.
I like the shades.
Yeah. What's going on, sir?
What's up, Strike?
What?
Oh Jesus! We already lost the audio.
Did you hit the mute button?
No, he's fine. I got him.
You got me?
Okay. I'm making sure we got you. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You guys invite on the NFL draft for me every year. I'm glad to talk.
Is he cussing every other word?
No, yeah, it's just.
Or is it just cutting out every other word?
It's cutting out.
You're cutting out like every other word right now,
You got that
man.
cool, that nice internet down there in Augusta, Georgia.
And he's frozen now.
Oh Jesus!
Jeez, oh Pete.
It's like hanging out with Alan. If you ever watched, we tried. Well, we tried, folks. You know, I can't handle it. I
don't know. He's got to go out in the front yard or something.
Man, he's fully on froze. Look at that.
I think he's got the AOL dial-up out there.
Look at that thing, man.
I think maybe like the mom picked up the phone to make a phone call or something.
He looks so pissed. Like you're definitely gonna get asked to step out of the car. Like when he pulls you over.
Oh yeah.
Is he a cop? He's not a cop, is he?
He's got telephones. He's a cop.
Yeah. Something. I need to know, man.
People want to know.
I hate my headsets. My headset sucks.
I mean, you should.
Oh my god,
Let's
it's
see.
so damn hot in here.
I mean, he's moving around fine right now.
Oh no,
No, he's frozen again.
Yeah.
Oh, and now he's just gone. Just straight gone.
Hey Dylan, do you want to call us? You can call me if you want.
Yeah. Give you a phone number.
Yep. Turn it on. I'm just gonna turn it on. Just be careful.
Yeah. Let me. I'm just gonna shoot him over the phone number. Okay. There we go.
He's got my phone number, so I should be able to tell him.
If you want to give us a call on the telephone and call Rapid Dave, you can do that. You let us know.
Yeah. Well, he'll let us.
Yeah. We see you moving.
He's waving.
He is.
We're take 2. Let's take 2. Let's go.
Okay,
let's
we're gonna try this again. Hello.
Hello. This better?
So far,
somewhat. If you need to call, you can call. It's no big deal.
Right. Yeah.
Just call Rapid Dave's phone.
Yeah, you got my cell phone.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Just
perfect.
Just call his phone.
See ya. Bye.
There we go.
All right, there we go. A hell of an interview.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, Mr. Amon-Ra St. Busby for joining us. We appreciate it.
I don't understand how he can do the whole damn Mostly Football show for like 2 hours.
But he's at his mom's.
Is that what it is?
He's at his mom's. So. He was trying to use her laptop earlier, and it was not working.
Even worse than that?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We're getting a phone call
there
here.
we go.
There we go.
All right, buddy. What's up?
Oh, hold on.
Hold on. There we go. Now you're on there.
Are you there now?
We're good?
Yep.
We're good. So let's try this again. How you doing, buddy?
Guys, I'm great. Sorry for the connection problems, but I'm glad to be talking to you.
Oh, no problem at all, man. Yeah, no, it's technology. You know what I mean? It's like supposed to be so much better than what it was, but then it turns out to be just a pile of
It's just nothing but problems and issues. And
headaches.
Well, it's the old saying, location, location, location. I'm in a hellhole of Wi-Fi and different things right now. I don't know what the deal is. You know, where I'm at in like the border of South Carolina and Georgia, there's a nuclear plant, there's a bomb plant, there's a cybersecurity center. There's a lot of things going on here.
No one can get good reception out there. But, you know, Jesus Christ.
Are you okay? Yeah. Hey, are you okay, buddy? You all right?
Until, you know, eminent domain takes over and they decide they want my house, you know.
Okay.
God. I'm like looking up to see exactly where he's at because I got a feeling, but I just want to make sure it's.
Oh, that's what if you look up the Savannah River site, that's exactly what happened. They took over a whole town and built a bomb plant there.
Oh, God. You're in Savannah?
Well, I'm on the Savannah River, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, my God. No, thanks.
No, thanks. So we got the NFL draft coming up tomorrow.
Apparently.
Are you guys doing anything for the draft tomorrow? Are you live streaming it?
You know, I thought about it. I think Nate and I discussed it, but it's one of those things where it's like you kind of just want to sit there and enjoy it.
Okay.
You know, there's that saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But I've come to find that
you just can't stand podcasting with Nate.
Not that. But
okay.
You know, you become a so-called journalist, and there's some nights after a game you just want to go to bed, but you have to write an article about, you know, why the defensive coordinator didn't shift the defensive line enough, and it just kind of ruins sports for you, I think, after a while.
Okay.
It beats you down for sure.
Take it all in.
Yeah, no, it will definitely get you. I hear you on that. So let's jump into it. Caleb Williams, is he really that great? Like,
great question. How about, before we get to Caleb Williams, how about Lincoln Riley pumping out 3 number 1 overall quarterbacks between Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and Caleb Williams?
So he's a great hype man is what I'm getting from that, because those other two, they haven't necessarily panned out to be great number 1 picks.
Yeah, what
fair enough.
I mean, what they do in college?
that might be a good lesson to learn, right?
Yeah, I mean, they were all Heisman winning quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, when you take a look at them, they were guys that had like a year, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Caleb's getting a lot of comparisons to Patrick Mahomes because of the way he can move around in the backfield and make plays happen. You know, plays beyond the plays, as they say, outside of structure. He has great arm, and he does make amazing plays. I mean, he's been the man for a couple of years now. Started off at Oklahoma and then ended up at USC. He's one of those personalities that the NFL kind of is iffy about because he doesn't just fall in line and say the right things. You know, he paints his fingernails and those sorts of stuff. So he's definitely going to be a number 1 pick. It's just interesting because not only, is he a Lincoln Riley quarterback like you guys just mentioned, but he's going to be a Bears quarterback. And we've seen what the Bears have done to quarterbacks in recent years. So, Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields. So what does that lead to?
Well, like I said, I was telling Alan, I don't think Justin Fields was a miss. He was like just mistreated. Different coordinators both years, I believe. Terrible offensive line is running for his life on every play, and he still made some plays. He's got you put a good offensive line in front of him, and like if he's on what do you think here? Like if he's in Baltimore, is there much of a difference, or is he almost if he's got a and that's with Lamar not even having good receivers either,
right? But
having a decent line, would he have produced in Baltimore?
It's a great question. I think the NFL kind of told us his value when the Steelers, it's a conditional pick. They could end up trading a lot more if he plays 50% more of the snaps, but that's not going to happen. And they didn't even pick up his 5th-year option. So it's basically, a 6th-round pick at the end of the day for him?
Yeah.
I think they made a good play by getting him. I think they made a terrible play by going and getting Russ, but they're going to sit him. I'm like, there's no point of sitting him now. He's played 2 seasons. The learning shit's over. Now it's time to step up and let's go. And this would be a great year for him to do it. And now, but you got Russell fucking Wilson. Like why?
Yeah, I love Russ, so we can get into that later. But it's a great question as far as would he produce better in an offense that specifically, brought out his abilities as a runner like they do with Lamar Jackson. So maybe this will be a big year if he can just kind of know his role and. Well, not know his role, but play his role as a backup quarterback and seem somewhat involved. I think teams want to see that he can be a leader and have those leadership qualities. I know apparently there was a lot of players on the Bears that didn't want to see him leave. So Yeah, this will be an interesting year for him, man. I think that is a good question. I couldn't tell you if he would be better. He clearly had good rushing numbers. There wasn't great passing numbers. So would he have been better in a Greg Roman type offense? That's a great question.
Yeah, and I've loved Russ every year. I've been pumping him up and trying, and in the last round. Just like, you know what, I'm done. This fucking guy, I can't do it anymore. All right. So the Bears' number 1 pick. Do you think they're going to trade it away? Any chance in hell do they trade this away, or do they just go ahead and nab Caleb?
Not number 1. They're going to take Caleb, but number 9, I think it's very possible they trade because they only have 4 picks in the entire draft.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're definitely going to try to, even though they've been connected to Roma Dunze, and there was that tweet from Caleb Williams that he was a big fan of Roma Dunze because they're on the same flight. Ultimately, it makes a lot of sense for them if teams are calling to try to trade back and accumulate more picks and get more protection, get more defensive weapons, things like that. And you can still add a wide receiver, too.
Yeah, it looks like they don't have another pick till number 75 in the 3rd round. So, yeah. So they got a little time in between, and then again in the 4th round. So, but yeah, what do you think, Alan?
I mean, they're definitely taking Caleb there, right? It's just a matter of do you really think Caleb's going to be that great? I don't know. There's some questions around mentality with him. Is he mentally tough enough? And then again, just he choked a lot this last year in big games.
Dad Bod Beers in the house. What's up?
There were some big games this last year that he just did not produce and didn't show up in. Right. Yeah. And while, yes, you can be a good quarterback on a bad team in college and go to the NFL and produce, but most of those guys were putting up big games and not choking like he was.
Is there anybody else that you would take instead of him in that 101?
I don't know. Like, honestly, I mean,
because you know what their need is. It's quarterback.
It's quarterback for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And if you got the number 1 pick, that's who you're taking. You're definitely taking the number 1. You're taking Caleb there. I don't know. You do hear a lot of buzz around Michigan's J.J. McCarthy about him being a lot better than he was in college because he wasn't playing in a pass offense there at Michigan. He was playing in a run-first offense and produced passing when he needed to. Mm-hmm. When they needed him to step up, he always did. He showed up in the big games over the last few years, including this year, winning the national championship. What's up, Professor Leonard?
What about you, Dylan? Do you think anybody else could be picked right here, or would the Bears go with anybody else other than Caleb Williams at 101?
I can't see them going with anyone else, but I wouldn't. They've just been such a poorly run organization, and recently they've kind of done better. I really like, obviously bringing in DJ Moore, even though he was pretty expensive. He had a big season well, not a big season, but a few big games that showed what he can do, right? And then you bring in Keenan Allen this year, you bring in DeAndre Swift this year, and then so it seems like they're really trying to build it up, and it seems like they're making better moves. So just take Caleb there, take the best available quarterback, and keep swinging.
Okay, so we're gonna put Caleb in at number 1 here. Who do you got for Washington?
Now this is where it gets interesting. Washington has quite a few picks. They're one of 3 teams I could see making a lot of moves in the first 2 rounds because they have so many picks. And you're gonna have your choice between Jaden Daniels and Drake May. Those are my next 2 best quarterbacks. And then it's just, what do you believe, right? Do you believe the 3rd-year guy in Drake May is going to keep developing, the guy who stayed at one school, the guy who threw for over 4,000 yards, 2 seasons ago? Is he going to be your guy, or is it the guy who is a 5th-year producer, which normally you kind of stay away from those guys, but it's kind of funky with the COVID years and all those sorts of things. And now with NIL, that just reshapes what the portal means for everything. Mm-hmm. So, Jaden Daniels finally he threw 40 touchdowns last season, which was such a huge jump. I think the previous high was 17 or in the 20 range. So he doubled that. He's always been a dynamic runner, but yeah, it's just, what do you believe? Do you believe that Jaden Daniels only produced because of those receivers who are both going to go in the first round, or do you believe in Drake May, who's that young ascending star? And I think they're going to take Drake May. I think Cliff Kingsbury, even though he took Kyler Murray with the dynamic legs and different things they do, I think Drake May makes the most sense here as an ascending star. And also a kind of tip of the cap to me with the fact that they traded away Sam Howell. So a guy who was also from UNC, they took in the 2nd round, last year. So I just think that it would have been too awkward to have two back-to-back UNC quarterbacks taken, and that was kind of a tip of the cap to me and analysts I heard around the league that kind of means they're going to take Drake May.
Right. And if they do take Drake May, do you think New England's going to go Jaden Daniels or they're going to go JJ?
I think they're going to trade out, or they're either going to trade out or they're going to take Marvin Harrison.
I think so as well. And I mean, that's according to ESPN and whatnot, they got Marvin Harrison going fourth to Arizona. But yeah, I don't think the Patriots, I think if they can't get Drake May, they're going to trade down. You know what I mean? Like they're going to go, they're going to trade with like Minnesota or some shit.
Yep.
And then get who else, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy right now.
There's a lot out there right now that Minnesota's going to definitely trying to trade up to get one of these quarterbacks.
They need it, but so does New England. But I don't think New England wants Jaden Daniels.
No, I think they believe in either McCarthy or even Bo Nix is on their radar.
Bo Nix, yep.
Yeah. I've even heard some rumblings of Penix as well later in the draft.
I just don't think that kid's got it. He's terrible in that. What was it, the semifinals or the finals?
In the national championship.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah. Just.
I mean, he wasn't even like.
But his offensive line was because he just got beat up.
Well, but half the plays he was just chunking the shit out of bounds or whatever. It was awful. I mean, and it wasn't even like on those plays he wasn't even being challenged. He's like, fuck it. It's
just like
we'll throw it in the second row.
I'm just not doing this.
Yeah, he had so much money on Michigan. Like his family was like, hey, buddy, I need you to do me a favor.
Do us a solid, really.
Yeah. We got to get some of this money in here. All right, so with those, we pretty much got the first five figured out. Let's skip down to the Giants. You in on that, Dallin?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Any thoughts on who the Giants are going to go for? Will they trade up, or will they go? I mean, they're going to trade down. They're number 6.
Well, that depends on who you think the Chargers are going to take. I mean, if they take, let's say Marvin Harrison's gone. I mean, are they just going to take the tackle, which I think New York wants, or as quarterback, do they believe in Bo Nix, McCarthy? So that's going to be very interesting, and I think the Chargers pick definitely is going to play a significant role in what the Giants do. They might trade back if the Chargers take someone like Joe Alt, who I think the Giants are probably targeting. They might trade back.
Maybe. There's a train wreck out there right now in New York. Just you got Danny Dimes. You paid him so much money. You can't bring in a quarterback either. It's like it would just. I mean, it would engulf.
It would totally. I mean, because you went all in with them, and then you let go of Saquon, right?
Yeah. Let him go to Philly.
You just you can't draft a quarterback there, right?
Not unless you're looking for
I think
trouble.
you got to be looking at like a wide receiver. But I could also see the Chargers going for a wide receiver because they now all of a sudden have a big void at wide receiver.
Ain't nobody there. They got the kid.
Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
yeah, they're in trouble. And Malik Neighbors is, I think, the next one up, receiver from LSU.
Yep.
So he might. I mean, he could end up Chargers. He could end up Giant. I don't know. And I don't think wide receiver is a need for the Giants. It's just something they're like, you know what, we're going to go for that and get Daniel some more help, right? Because they don't have number one star power in the receiver. And they're hoping this kid he'll just get out there and light it up.
Yeah, receiver makes a lot of sense for them. I mean, if you're targeting Wan'Dale Robinson and doing the Darius Slayton thing over again, I don't know if Isaiah Hodgen's still there, but they definitely don't have the weapons. So, again, it would be awkward for them to draft a tackle. They've tried with tackle Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal, and those guys just haven't panned out. So, I mean, to take a third tackle in how many years now would be kind of interesting, but also you do need the weapons. So, Malik Neighbors he makes a lot of sense there. Between 5 and 6 between the Chargers and Giants for sure.
Yeah, they need to go trade for a veteran guy somehow and pay someone. They got to sure up that line. That line's out of control. So next up, we got Titans here. Alan, what do you think? They got offensive tackle Joe Alt from Notre Dame in here from Espen.
If he falls that low,
yeah.
I think that's definitely an area. You talked about him possibly going to the Chargers as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Tennessee's got to look at that offensive line. For sure, because as they're kind of going in on, Will Levis possibly.
Yep.
Got to give him some help.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, right? You're going to get that kid killed. I mean, he's built like a linebacker, but he's still a quarterback, and you blindside somebody too many times, all of a sudden you ain't got a quarterback no more.
Right.
How about you, Dylan? What do you think?
It's the same type of question. I mean, all's probably going to be gone by this point between the Chargers and Giants, so it's another tackle wide receiver question. And if Neighbors, let's say all goes and then Neighbors goes between the Chargers and Giants, you're looking at Fashanu from Penn State, and then a Dunze could even go this high to pair with who's their pick from Arkansas there, Traylon Burks. So yeah, I guess I would go with Fashanu. Throw him in there with Peter Skoronski from last year and try to really make sure that Will Levis stays upright and they can block for the smaller guys like Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. But I also wouldn't be surprised if a Dunze goes here.
Right. The Dirty Birds are in the 8 hole, and they are predicted to be the first team to pick a defensive player. And that's Byron Murphy, the second out of Texas. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, they're definitely going. I think they're going defense here. You've got all the tools on the offensive side of the ball, right? You've got all these Kyle Pitts.
Once they upgraded
Drake London,
Kirk Cousins, you're good.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
You had Kirk Cousins. You've got a decent offensive line there.
Mm-hmm.
They've been able to run the ball well. They just haven't had the quarterback. So I think you're looking at they're focusing on that defense there for sure.
Have to, right? And their defense actually did pretty well last year, so an upgrade would just make them. The South, it ain't gonna take a lot to win that division.
No.
So little tweaks and whatnot, they're gonna win it next year, I think, and we'll talk more about that. Obviously, what do you think about that, there, Dylan?
I like Byron Murphy a lot, but I think, and I also like Arnold Ebiketie, and I like Lorenzo Carter, who they have currently as their edges. But I think they're going to add another edge in the mix, and they're going to take the best pass rusher, just pure pass rusher in the draft, and that's going to be Dallas Turner for me going here.
I was going to say, because right now they have him at number 12 for the Denver Broncos, but the Broncos need so many things. It's just like, you might as well just blow that whole thing up and rebuild it. What happened?
Yeah.
You got an alert?
It's just Tigers.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it's like we had breaking news that Reggie Bush got his what's it called? His trophy back.
Yeah, but that was breaking news earlier. That's not breaking news now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like,
And everyone was amazed last year when both the Bears and I believe the Falcons passed up on drafting Jalen Carter. So, it would be interesting to see them pass up on a defensive lineman again, but I think they want to add another edge to the mix.
Yeah, speaking of the Bears, they're in the 9 hole here. Right now, predicting to take Rome Aduzzi, wide receiver out of Washington. What do you think about that? Another receiver for the Bears, or they need more help elsewhere? Alan, you can go first.
Okay. I think they're looking at offense here. They're wanting to put as much talent around Caleb as they possibly can, so that there's no excuses. I mean, you got Keenan Allen, right? But how many years does he have left?
I think you need more protection for him, not weapons. I think weapons.
Yeah, that offensive line definitely is bad, but that's not the route that they're looking, and that's not everything that you hear out of Chicago.
They're just looking for high-powered
And the
offense.
thing is, here's one thing you know about Chicago is they're just bad at building teams. So they're not going to focus on that offensive line because they just don't.
All right. Dylan, thoughts?
Well, with the way it's played out for me so far, in the top 3 wide receivers are gone between Harrison, Neighbors, and Adunze, so that's not an option for him. And the way I see it playing out, Fashanu and Alt are gone, so that's a tough one. And I really think they just end up trading this pick because Adunze and the tackles are gone. But if they have to stay and pick, I think they're going to take J.T. Latham from Alabama.
Offensive tackle from Alabama?
Yep.
And I got him. He's further down, obviously, on this list for the Raiders. But yeah, I mean, I see if it doesn't pan out perfectly for them, why not just trade this pick? You can get so much more value. You can increase your picks, whatever you want to do. It's the number 9 pick.
It is, but I think the thing is, a lot of the teams that are looking to trade up
are
looking to trade up for the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
right.
There's such a quarterback need.
I'm not hearing a ton of stuff about trading up for that kind of that middle of that first round area. Mostly just people trading up to that top, trying to get one of those quarterbacks because this is a pretty decent quarterback draft this year.
I think it's going to be what's going to be nuts. I believe is that you might not even see any trades. They won't be able to throw enough at these teams because every one of these teams needs a quarterback that are first, second, and third. They need it more than ever. Number 10 are the Jets, Jets, Jets. They have Brock Bowers, tight end from Georgia. I think that's might be the least of their worries. But who do you have taking the Jets taking this year, Dillon?
Man, the top 3 tackles are gone, so that's tough. Luckily, they brought in Tyron Smith, who's, I mean, you guys know from being down there in Dallas, he's on his last legs.
33 years old, man.
Yeah.
Probably get 10 games out of him.
Yeah, this is where a guy like Tulisi Fuaga from Oregon State would make a lot of sense for me. Brock Bowers is definitely a consideration because they only have Tyler Compton there, so I think it's between Bowers and Fuaga. But after what we saw last year with Rodgers, popping his Achilles out of place, they probably want to make sure they have as much protection as possible, so they take Fuaga here.
Dude, that was the first series too. It was like the biggest letdown after Hard Knocks and everything else. You're just like looking around like, what the are we doing here?
He runs down the field like Captain America with that flag.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you have any thoughts about the Jets or them taking Brock Bowers?
I'm right around there. Brock Bowers. They really need to do something with that offensive line because it doesn't matter if you have Aaron Rodgers back there if you don't have an offensive line to protect him, especially in Aaron Rodgers coming off of an ACL injury. Or not an ACL, Achilles injury. That takes about a year to recover from on those typically before you're back to full speed.
And it'll be 1 year exactly.
And just, well, that's 1 year after the surgery.
Oh yeah.
So,
he was still trying to do ayahuasca and
right.
eat hemp and shit.
Yeah.
So
let's kind of go for what are some of the surprises you see happening in the first round? What are you looking at? Is there anything that you're like, keep your eyes open for this, keep your eyes open for that? What are you thinking?
I mean, I could definitely see Arizona because they have 2 first-round picks. They have 4 and 27. So, and they have 3 third-round picks. So that's some serious ammunition to move up. And I think they're going to jump up back into. They're going to try to jump back up into the top 10 range after they take. Who did I even say that? I mean, Marvin Harrison went to Patriots in my draft, so I think they're going to try to get 2 weapons for Kyler Murray in the first top 15 range. If they can land another pick in that range to get a guy like maybe Brian Thomas or Brian Thomas, I guess would make the most sense. Or even try to steal Roma Dunte. I think they're going to try to make a surprise. I think because it's in Detroit, I think your Lions are going to want to do something special and really make a splash. They just signed. That's why I called myself Amon-Ra St. Busby originally there in the chat. And I think they're going to try to make a splash and maybe get another weapon for Jared Goff to use this year on the outside because, Jameson Williams is still a big question mark and Josh Reynolds is Josh Reynolds.
Well, Josh Reynolds isn't with the team anymore.
Yeah, he left. Or was he released, I guess?
Yeah, he was a free agent. Yeah, they didn't re-sign Josh Reynolds.
Okay.
But here's the thing I'll let you know, because Dan Campbell's already talked about it. They have a guy that they have in mind, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a cornerback, possibly like Kool-Aid. Has been a guy that I've been seeing linked to them a lot. But if their guy's not there, they're prepared to trade out of the first round.
So you don't think they want to move up at all?
No, everything that I'm seeing is they're not looking at moving up. They've got a guy that they've kind of got targeted, and if they don't get him, it's going to be trading out of that first round or lower into the first round if someone wants to move up to where they're at.
Because if you can't get your guy, then you're like, because they're already paying all these other people like a ton of money. They just signed. Was it Sewell?
So we just re-signed Penny Sewell to a 4-year deal. He's the highest paid offensive lineman in the league, and he definitely deserves it. And then re-signed Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he's now the highest paid wide receiver in the league.
Are you getting vibes
both on
from
4-year deals?
Are you getting vibes from when did the Cowboys do this? It was when they got like close to the playoffs and started sniffing around. When they had all those great offensive line and they were all being paid, like everyone was paid like top of the line, and they had, was it Dez? Was it back when they had Romo and Dez? No, it could have been that. They couldn't afford it because Romo cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
But they're so close now they can sniff it. But that, you know what I mean? I saw them start signing. Everybody's like, here we go. I go, all it does is raise the bar up for the rest of the league. I can't imagine what CeeDee Lamb's going to ask for.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb sitting there just rubbing his hands together, just like, I got this now.
Absolutely.
Because that just jacked up the price for him for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. So, I mean, he's the number 1 receiver in the league at this point. Yep. I mean, stats wise, I guess, because it's I mean, Jamar Chase. Well, Justin Jefferson was the guy. That ain't the case no more. We don't even know who's throwing the ball to him, right? So then you got Jamar Chase. He's number one. But if the Burrow ain't in it, he ain't in it. You know what I mean? It all comes down to who's throwing the ball around. So, but holy moly, it's going to be, boy, they're going to be cashing checks here pretty soon. And good for them. You know what I mean? All right, yeah, just like you said, anybody going to pop up, jump up, move up, do anything else crazy tomorrow night?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I mean, Minnesota didn't trade for 23 for, just to sit at 23. I think they really want to package 11 and 23, like you guys said, and move up. It's just, can you get to 3? You have to get to the top 3 to take one of those, difference makers, because I don't think they view Bo Nix that way. I don't think that they're going that route. I think that after seeing Kirk Cousins orchestrate the offense the way they have and only get them so far, I think they want someone dynamic. I think they want someone like Jaden Daniels. So, yeah, they're going to make a big splash, and they might even trade some high-value picks next year to get up to 3 and take Daniels.
You think they want Jaden Daniels over Drake May or J.J. McCarthy?
I think they want him over McCarthy, but if May falls to 3, I think they would gladly take him. But something about it tells me they want a dynamic, a guy who can really make a play after the play, like we talked about with Caleb Williams. Yeah. Even though Daniels is a fifth-year producer, I think after you see Kirk Cousins only take you so far for so many years, you want someone who can use their legs.
Yeah, I think if the Commanders don't take Jaden Daniels will be there. I don't think the Patriots are taking Daniels. I think they're taking May or they're taking McCarthy. They just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe Daniels falls all the way to them at 11. That could be a big surprise too.
Man, that shit happened. It's amazing when it starts just getting slippery.
Know, right?
All hell breaks loose because the Cardinals aren't going to take them. The Chargers that just paid Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
So the Vikings need him. The Giants ain't going to draft a quarterback. There ain't no way. Titans got their guy last year. That mayonnaise eating in his coffee MFer. Falcons just got their guy.
And he's good proof of what could happen too. I mean, there was articles coming out last year that that the Texans liked Will Levis more than C.J. Stroud, and Will Levis fell all the way to the second round. So,
yeah,
I can't wait to see C.J. Stroud this year. I can't wait to watch Houston. I'm going to go down and watch a damn game because they are electric, and they got more weapons coming in.
Woo. They were electric last year. We'll see what happens this year.
I got to go see my guy Joe Mixon, see how he's doing down there in Houston.
Oh, he's going to be a steal for sure.
Oh yeah.
You're speaking of Bo Nix. There's a team that the Denver Broncos are really looking at Bo Nix from what I'm hearing, but some of the stuff I'm hearing is they might be pulling a trade with the Eagles, that the Eagles are trying to trade up to that number 12 pick because they're looking at Toledo cornerback Quinion Mitchell. And any thoughts there, Mr. Philly fan?
What I'm actually hearing is yes, that, but also what I'm more intrigued is they're trying to trade for Patrick Surtain, June. So that is something. If they pull that off, give them 22, and we have picks 50 and 53. If they can give them, 50 or 53, give them 22 and 53 for Surtain, I would be all in on that rather than seeing what Mitchell could pan out to be.
Okay, yeah. Anything else? Any other surprises? Anything we need to keep our eyes open for?
Well, I mean, a few years ago, I had predicted, not to toot my own horn, but I actually did predict that the Baltimore Ravens would trade back up into the first round and take Lamar Jackson, and sure enough, they did.
Okay.
So I think this year's going to be very similar. I think a team's going to surprise us once Bo Nix goes in like the 15 to 25 range. I think some team's going to get giddy and trade back up in the very bottom end of the first round and steal Michael Penix before it's all over, and we get 5 quarterbacks in the first round, just like in 2021.
Bring it. I'm here for the chaos.
We were there for that draft. That's
2018.
Lamar.
2018.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Well, he was talking about the Lamar. He predicted the Lamar.
Yeah. When he first started talking about it, I was like, oh, he's talking about that. But then he said back in 2021, I was like, oh, okay. And it was a different decade.
Yeah. Got us.
Damn COVID.
All right, Dillon. Well, brother, thank you so much for joining.
I have one last question.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I have no, we don't. I do.
Okay.
My last question is this. Well, I guess it's a 2-parter. Are you going to be at home or are you going to go to a sports bar? And 2, what is your food of choice to watch during the draft?
And then we have another question.
That's fine. Oh shit, we got to talk about the other thing. Yeah, Dylan, tell me.
Oh man, I'm going to be at home. Normally, I would love pizza and wings. This year, I think I'm going to grab me some Cookout.
What the hell's Cookout?
What does that even mean?
You guys don't have Cookout in Texas? Oh my god!
You mean actually like grill out and cook out like that?
No, it's a delicious like barbecue style chain over here in the southeast.
Oh no, we ain't got that.
It's a restaurant. Okay, I was like,
Sorry, no.
I cook out. I go out in my backyard and I cook out.
Yeah, we do it ourselves.
You're gonna go by someone's house who's cooking out and grab some.
Yeah, there's like you throw a rock and hit like 15 different barbecue. Holy shit, you just smacked the shit out. Anyway, yeah, you can throw like there's a ton of barbecue places. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh shit, you're gonna cook out. Yeah. But yeah, Alan, how about you? What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm actually gonna be working, be driving around.
Just listening to it?
So I'll be listening to the draft.
Yeah, they'll have it live on the ticket or ESPN, whatever.
Yeah, I'll be listening to the ticket tomorrow and catching it that way. But and then the last thing we got for you there, Mr. Busby, is are we doing a Dynasty League or what?
We're absolutely doing the Dynasty League, man. I heard that the best way to do it is Superflex, so I guess that would mean you could play 2 quarterbacks with a tight end premium, whatever that means, maybe adjusting the scoring a little bit for tight end. We're definitely doing it.
Tighter.
Huh.
The more you talk, the pants, I'm engorging myself.
I've never heard of a Superflex Dynasty.
Me either. Like it's unheard of. It's usually very low scoring bullshit league, but now I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. So I'm very interested to see how it plays out too.
Dude, that's awesome. Thank you for inviting us to that league as well. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Guys, I mean, Jesus, thank you for inviting me to. I did the NHL league. I did the NBA league. I wish I could have pulled it off. I really wanted to pull off a Yahoo hat trick this year. I won Dylan Moran's fantasy football league, so I really wanted to get first in both of you guys' leagues. But I didn't. That's all right. Took silver, and that's fine.
There you go. So ain't nothing wrong with second. Hell with it. But we'll probably bring it back again this year just to have a little bit more fun.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. We have a good time.
So Dylan, tell everyone where to find you.
You can find Mostly Football at Mostly Football Podcast on YouTube and at Mostly Football Podcast on Facebook. I believe there's a X page, but we're just not that active on X and on Instagram at the moment. But yeah, you can find us on YouTube and Facebook on those pages. You can find Dress Casual at Dress Casual DB on YouTube and at Dress Casual Podcast, I believe it is, or at least at Dress Casual DB on Facebook as well.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for joining us, brother. The pleasure's all on this side of the table, as always. We'll check in on you later this season.
We're gonna have you on, dude, talking fantasy. Yeah, it. Especially with SB Fantasy Football too. So be ready. Be ready.
But hey, thank you again, brother. We appreciate it. Have a great one.
Thanks so much. Next time I'll try to be on Skynet for that one.
That's all right. See you, buddy.
See ya.
There you go. That's Dillon Busby from Mostly Football and Dress Casual with Dillon Busby.
Yeah. Whiskey Pros in the house. What's up, Snyder?
I've always said it, man. I've always said that he's a damn good podcast host, and anything he does, it definitely works. And I mean, how we've been on the show before and just got snockered like 3 hours of talking, whatever. Lizzie comes in here, hey, you about done? I go, you about done? I thought this was America.
Right.
Hell, you come in here and rope me out of this thing.
Go get me a beer.
She was like, it's Sunday, you got to go to work tomorrow. So does everybody else. I don't give a shit.
Again, is this not America?
I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to live my life.
Sundays are for drinking, right?
You're damn right about that. That's one thing. Now I don't have to go to work on Mondays. I'm so excited. Like it gave me back my Sundays. My Sundays. Because I was like, I would be worrying about, because I used to go in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And it would be like, all right, I got to get up at like 5:45. I can't stay up late. The late game would always be like, oh, it's kind of late, or this and that. I'm like, I can't drink too much, can't do this, can't do that. And now it's like full throttle. I ain't got to go to bed till midnight. Let's party.
Let's go.
Let's rage. Top off and let's go have some fun. I can't wait for the summer too. I'm super excited. Super excited.
Oh man! So I got a hypothetical for you.
All right.
Let's jump into a hypothetical. I heard this.
Does it include you going to get me a beer?
No,
okay.
I ain't getting you nothing.
All right. Oh, Whiskey, we're gonna have you and what's that other guy's name? We'll have y'all on.
Steve.
Talk about the Unpadded podcast maybe next month. All right, what do you got for me?
So I heard this last week, and I was like, all right, let's throw this out there, Mr. Rapidave, because he's a golf guy. He plays golf. You like golf. You enjoy golf.
Guy too. I mean, you just don't play golf, but you're a golf guy.
I saw a guy throw it out there.
Uh-huh.
If you started on the green,
yes,
for the Masters at Augusta, Could you win?
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to put you the furthest spot away from the hole. Could you win the Masters?
Yeah, so everybody else has to tee off from the tips like they normally would.
You're playing the field as normal.
Yeah.
We're just taking your ball, setting the furthest on the green, the furthest away from the hole.
Yeah.
Can you win?
Yes, absolutely. By strokes. I mean, just strokes and strokes. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, Unpadded Podcast. Absolutely. Yeah. No, there's no doubt in my mind. Because a lot of and also the other thing was my putting's gotten better over the years, and I've leaned more on lag putting, which is you want to get it in the vicinity and then putt again. So you're going to two putt. That's my whole thing. It's shaved, I don't know how many strokes off my game, 20. You know what I mean? I'm in the 80s now, which I'm pretty excited about. I love being in the low 90s. Low 90s with a beer in my hand. All right. Taking it seriously, I get in the high 80s. And also, I don't know if, I know you watch the Masters or you listen or whatever, but there's a lot of greens that are very narrow or small. So those, you put me on the green, I'm only like 12 feet away.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, I'm crushing it.
Crushing it.
Yeah. Like, pretty sure I'm just going to kick everybody's ass. Here we go. I'm going to go grab me a beer real quick.
Billy Joe's in the house says he's been saving money to make a maze out of bushes in his backyard. It is his hedge fund. Whiskey Pro RD been stroking it, baby. Yeah, I see. He talks all confidently, but these aren't your normal greens. These greens are wavy. They go all crazy. You see some of these greens that, like, in order to hit the shot, you got to hit the ball the opposite way because of the way the greens are rolling. I don't think he's gonna dominate as much as he says he's going to. You got to think like some of these holes. You got to hit the ball the opposite way in order for it to go into the hole with the way the greens are going.
No, that's for people who are trying to hole out on like one shot. Not me.
No,
I'm getting in the vicinity and then I'm putting again.
Okay,
I'm a 2-putt guy.
But here's the other thing.
I mean, I've hit like 100 and.
Here's what you're not factoring in. I don't feel like
100 footers. Yeah,
you're at the Masters.
Yeah,
you're on TV. You've got a whole galley of people watching.
not word.
You notoriously choke under pressure.
That's with the driver, not with the putter. I don't think I feel.
I'm not even just talking about golf. I'm just talking about
in life. Yeah, no,
you notoriously choke under pressure.
That's what our family does. We're choke
Right.
artists. But I'm telling you, put a putter in my hand, and I don't have to worry about like driving. I'd kill somebody. Like that ball would go so damn fast through someone's head. Like it'd be terrifying. But yeah, no. I feel like when I read it, I heard about this hypothetical. I was like, no problem at all. I was like, yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Didn't even fucking blink. I was like, yeah, no, I can do that. I was like, I can do it. So,
okay.
Here's, what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll find me a really tough golf course and I'll do the challenge as far as picking the furthest away from the hole and putting from that area. I'm going to play normal golf too.
Right.
But I'm going to do that. Like, hey, put it on the green and my first shot will be from there. And then that's what I'll do. So I'll see how many strokes it takes me, just like on a normal, difficult, like I'll go to Grapevine Municipal or something like that, where they got nice greens, but they are challenging. And I'll check that out and do that. But yeah, no, I don't. Nah, man. Hell no. Those guys are getting eaten up, putting it on like, they're in the pine straw trying to have to hook shots around trees and shit.
I mean, some of them are, but the guys who are winning aren't typically.
They all do that, but they're good at recovery. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'm in. This year, the Masters like ate their lunch. Like it really was. It was very tough. You didn't watch any of it, but it was a very challenging year for a lot of guys down there. And holy shit, it was wild. But that course is very difficult. It's very hilly. It's got some crazy. It's absolutely gorgeous to be at, and it's awesome to witness and be a part of. But playing it. Yeah, if I don't have to do all that other shit, and you just put the ball on the green, I'm going to get it done. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Don't you worry.
Whiskey Pro asked what we're drinking tonight. Rapper Dave's drinking some 8. I'm drinking Bitburger Pilsner, the non-alcoholic version. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Cool.
Little skunkiness to it.
Yeah.
All in all, not bad. Busby says Augusta is going to be so interesting in the next few years as far as surrounding area. Lots of properties being bought up to set up a resort type atmosphere.
So every year that you hear about how much they're buying up, and like there's this one person that won't sell. Like there's an old lady. I think it's an old lady or old man. I guess it's one or the other, right?
Maybe
that's nearby that will not sell. Doesn't want to sell. I mean, it's an ungodly amount of money that that they could make and retire and go about their merry little way, but they don't want to. Right? It's a small town. It really is. Like other than the Masters, the Augusta's kind of weird. It's interesting, right?
Well, it's during the tournament that's frozen in time, right? You're not allowed to bring your cell phones out on the course. The prices of the food and the drinks are all.
They haven't changed a whole lot. They've been increased a little bit.
You're getting like a $2 pimento cheese sandwich, right?
It might be $3 now.
And like a $3 beer, right? So
it's really cool to go to. But yeah, they want you there and they want you to live in the moment. And that was awesome about going, was that you leave your cell phone at the gate or in your car. And, like on practice rounds, you can take like cameras, right?
Okay.
You can't take your cell phone though.
Right.
And so, you can take pictures on Tuesdays and Tuesday and Wednesday, but Thursday, no pictures. There's none of that shit.
Once the tournament starts.
Yep. And I'm telling you, man, just sitting there, you got nothing. They have a bank of payphones.
Nice.
Does anybody know what a fucking payphone is?
I do.
But they're not. they're free.
Right. Okay.
So I was calling Lizzie, when I was down there. I was like, hey, babe, cool. I'm over here. We're on like the 15th hole, blah, 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 blah. It's been a day, she's like, how's it going? I was like, yeah, it's going okay. No big deal. Nothing to report back yet, type thing. And of course, that was back when like video, like we had to download a separate app just to like video call or whatever. So I remember being at bars and video calling her and shit like that. But yeah, no, you get immersed in this and it's really great because then you're not worried about stupid photos, taking selfies. You're not you don't have other idiots doing stupid shit. Because what's the worst thing? Anything that can ruin anything is a goddamn video, either a phone or a recorder or something like that. Someone wants to do something stupid. If the shit isn't around, they don't do that stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it does. It's amazing.
Billy Joe said, my high school was so small that driver's ed and sex ed was taught in the same car.
Motherfucker. And this week's dad joke is brought to you by JB Carts. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram and at jbcarts.com. I bet you Billy Joe has plowed some ass in the back of a Buick. Like dropped the top there and just went to town, gave her the old kidney shifter. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was like trying to think back. I was like, the last time I had said, yeah, no, it was, yeah. It was okay. It was outside of a Razzoos. Look, man, when Lizzie wants it, Lizzie gets it.
Billy Joe said, I'm a Ford man.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I almost said a Ford. I was like, I thought, the word Buick is just funnier.
It is something.
I went for the comedic value, but I know. I had no doubt in my mind it was in a Ford.
Back in Ford Bronco?
Yeah. Okay. You can get shit done in those old cars, man. They're real roomy. Real roomy.
Explorers were real roomy in there in the back there.
Damn old people, listen, lady, you got to go to sleep or I will put you to sleep.
Oh, no.
My fingers hurt. I said that quote the other day. I go, well, your back's going to hurt. Lizzie goes, what? I go, because you just pulled landscaping duty. She didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So they got a new movie coming out. Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out.
Yes, they're going to work on that. I can't wait.
Boy, oh boy, the cast looks stacked and racked.
Tiger's going to be in it.
Yeah.
He's playing Chubbs' kid.
Yeah. I'm talking about the other people that are going to be in it. That's cool. But, cool. I like Tiger.
To see a little Tiger acting action, right?
What'd you call it, little Tiger? Is that what he calls his wiener?
Little acting.
Oh, okay. I got you. I like racks. Me too, buddy.
#, more racks. Let's get that going.
Let's get that moving.
Fire that off there in the chat, boys.
No shit.
And girls.
I noticed one thing, that chicks like racks too.
They do.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. No,
real fucking thing.
100%.
All right, what hypotheticals you got? Let's go.
So we saw this story that you sent me that we needed to
I meant to ask you. You asked me that question. I should ask you that question real quick.
That's why I was throwing it to you.
You think there's any chance in hell that you could, you haven't touched a putter probably in a decade.
Oh, that, okay.
Yeah.
God,
the answer's no. Just say no.
Maybe.
I wanted you to participate, but I know the answer's no. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Maybe my ass. I got a chance.
everything technically is a chance or probability. Like there's a 0.0045 chance that you could do that.
I think it's greater than that.
I don't think so.
I think so.
You don't even fucking play golf or putt or anything on a regular basis.
Yeah. You know when you're the best? When you haven't played in forever.
Yeah, right.
And you're just like, oh, let me get back out there on the course. And first shot, you just rip it.
You're sorry ass out there using senior flex clubs and shit. Get out of here. All right, what do you got?
I'm not using those clubs. I'm using my putter, buddy.
Yeah. I beat your ass in the putter challenge that we had years ago. And we can bring that back whenever you're ready.
That course is now closed.
I'll beat your ass again.
It's something else now. I don't know what it is.
No,
now.
we can go to another course, another par 3. We got to go to Louisville, though. I can't believe they shut it down.
It was always busy.
I don't get it.
It was just
assholes. It is. Got to get
so
out there.
depressing.
We had to get over some water on one hole. I was like, I'm fucking making it. I'm driving.
First hole.
Yeah.
Teed it up and hit the putter.
Mm-hmm. All right, what were you going to ask me? I'm sure it's awesome.
No, this is your story.
Oh, go ahead.
You sent me the story about the airplane.
What the fuck? What story?
So, man.
Read the story. Yeah.
I don't have the story. You had the story.
God, you are terrible at this.
No, I'm not. You tell me to bring this stuff up on the show, so I bring it up on the show.
Wait, what?
So
tell me the story.
to.
Tell me the story.
A guy left his wife at the airport.
Oh, shit, that thing?
Yeah.
Now I got to go find it. Why don't you give me a heads up if you're going to play that stuff?
You're the one who asked for it to be on the damn show.
All right. So here's the thing.
Cletus, who's got the effing story?
I just got to have story.
Nobody. This guy asked me, like, hey, put this down on the run sheet for the show.
Yeah.
And so I do. And then when I throw it to him, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn it. I got to get, you know what? I got to Google the story. I know what it is, though. In general, here it is. A guy left his wife at the airport because she wanted to go get Starbucks.
Right.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to type in here, and that's what we're going to figure out.
And he told her, he's like, hey, no, we've got to get going. And he tried holding the flight for her, was calling her several times.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm sorry, there was a long line there at Starbucks. Okay.
It says that I'm not sorry. All right, so I left my wife behind at the airport, and I am not sorry. This can't be this. Anyways, God damn it. Why does this have so many ads? All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So this guy and his wife are going through the airport. Flight's leaving in this much time. He's like, okay, you know what? She goes, I'm gonna go get some Starbucks. He goes, hey, just telling you right now. What's wrong?
Wives are the worst. Am I right?
God. Is that, oh wait, hold on. Is that Dillon or who is that? Oh, okay.
Busby.
I was about to say, is it old school and it's old school's wife?
I ain't falling for that again. Old school set us up.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
A husband asked the internet whether he was in the wrong for leaving his wife at a transit airport and boarding a flight without her. I don't know why they put transit airport. I mean, what the fuck? Anyways, fucking New Zealanders. The 47-year-old man posted on Reddit the thread that he posted on the am I the asshole? Right? I love that thread. It's amazing. So asking people to decide whether this 43-year-old or his 43-year-old wife who had left the gate to go get Starbucks was in the wrong. He goes, I know how this sounds, but hear me out. Let me start by saying that traveling with my wife is not a great experience. I'm very type A. I like to have everything organized, make sure that we are that we get where we're going, we're there early, especially when traveling, etc. My wife is the opposite. She goes she's very go with the flow, and we will get there when we get there. I do my best to meet in the middle, but not when traveling on a fucking plane, right? So, according to the man, they were visiting their daughter the previous year. He tried waking her up 5 times for the morning of their flight. After she supposedly took her time making coffee, she showered, eating breakfast. They arrived at the airport so late that they missed their flight. Right. For this trip, the couple were taking 2 flights. After some nagging, the man got his wife on to the airport on time. He goes, we got there on time with a bit time to spare. The wife was annoyed. She kept going on about how now we have to sit here and wait 45 minutes for them to start boarding. 45 minutes to start boarding is not a crazy thing. It's just go.
I'm definitely there before 45 minutes before it starts
Yeah,
boarding.
take a shit, whatever. When the first flight landed, they had 35 minutes to take multiple rails to get to their new gate and in the different part of the airport. So there's some layovers here, right?
Right.
We get to our terminal about 15 minutes until our plane was set to board. 15 minutes before boarding time. It's go time. That's almost time where most people just get up like, all right.
You're standing up.
Yeah.
You're kind of getting a little crowd going, you know.
Because you know you're going to sit for 3 hours.
Yeah. Stretching the legs a little bit.
At this point, his wife wanted some coffee. Not a coffee at the cafe next to the terminal, but one from Starbucks. The problem with Starbucks was the rail ride away. You had to get on a rail and then walk. Usually you can just walk, and the line's still incredibly long.
Right.
I told her we couldn't do that. We didn't have enough time. She stated that we had enough time, and I wouldn't go with her. She would just go by herself, right? So while I'm boarding, 15 minutes later, he began to panic and called her 3 times. Finally, on the last call, she answered, and she was on her way. It was a long line, and she had just had to wait for a bit. He wrote, I waited by the gate, but the attendant said they need to shut the gate in 2 minutes. I waited and waited, but she didn't show up. The attendant asked if I wanted to board, otherwise she would close the gate. When pleading didn't work, I mean, this is one, you're an asshole for pleading. Don't ever try to hold up a plane because your stupid fucking wife went to go get coffee. Because you know how, I mean, Jesus Christ. Come on, man. You're holding up 300.
Get coffee on the plane.
You get 300 people on a plane, and you're sitting there holding them because your dumbass wife wanted to go get some coffee. All right. He also, all right, so when pleading didn't work, he boarded the plane, and just minutes later, his wife called to say she was at the gate, but they wouldn't let her on. He also refused to leave the craft, saying he didn't want to miss the quality time with his daughter. And I said, I told you we didn't have time, but you decided to go anyways. I told her to go purchase a new ticket for the next flight, and I would see her when she arrives, which is insane. They should just rebook her, not buy a last-minute ticket. Surprisingly, the wife didn't appear upset when she eventually arrived. When they returned home after the trip, she refused to speak to him for more than a week, prompting him to ask the internet, is he the villain?
No.
If you do not abide by the rules of the airport, you deserve no sympathy. I don't believe you should be allowed to fly.
First of all, this lady,
Never again.
this is an extreme case where his wife's a moron.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like me and you were talking about
An
this
entitled
a little bit.
moron.
Right.
Yeah.
And, we were kind of talking about it. I'm like, I wouldn't be in that situation because Liz isn't that dumb. Like, she's not going to be like, no, I got to go get this coffee. I know I've only got 15 minutes. I got to go do all this. She's not going to do that. Right. But yeah, she was just asking to be left.
So you're going to leave. You're going to hop on the plane and leave.
Yeah. I got to be somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's like,
but again, like I said, I'm not going to be in that situation because she's not dumb like that.
I mean,
Like,
she's pretty
it's-
dumb, but
it's-
no.
no.
So the question is this: are you going to leave?
Yeah.
So you're gone.
I gotta go. Like
I gotta go.
Here's the thing. Here's the
That's all I need to
thing.
know.
We got kids at home, and someone's watching them.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get home to take care of those
And
kids.
then hop on a mule from the rail.
Busby also said, "If wives were cool, there would be no podcast."
I'm telling you right now, like, I would be so fucking mad anyways for missing I've missed a flight once, I think. I think we've missed one flight, and I was so fucking mad because that was the first flight I missed, and I've been flying since I was a kid. I don't miss flights. I get there earlier for a lot of things. I'm not one of those people that arrive 15 minutes before my boarding. Because you see that shit all the time, like in Love Field. Lines out the door. She goes, my plane leaves in 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You should have got here an hour ago. What the fuck you doing here now?
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for you. And then, of course, they try to go through their bags, got a bunch of shit in it you ain't supposed to have. They got everything
Too big.
in there. They got their coat on. They got fucking jewelry and shit hanging on. It's usually some I'm not trying to take shots at middle-aged women or anything like that, but, it's just middle-aged white woman. Just like, oh, yeah, my plane leaves in 15. I don't give a shit, Sheila. Tough luck. Now, will I leave? I don't know. It depends on what kind of day I'm having and where we're going and what we're doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
This is a movie in the making. Home Alone: The Battle for Alimony.
Boys and girls, if you ever live in a state that doesn't do alimony. There you go. That's my only advice for you.
There you go.
Yep.
And if you're in a state that does alimony,
Get the fuck out.
move first.
Get out of California as fast as you can.
Move.
Like California and New York. But don't come down here to Texas because we're all full up.
Too many California.
So anyways, there you go. Yeah, no, I don't know if I'll do it, but yeah, no, we've missed one flight once and that shit's never happened again. And on flight days, especially on early flight days, Lizzie gets up before I do.
Oh yeah.
Because she knows I'm getting in the car, when I say we're getting in the car, and I'm leaving, because I grew up to where if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. If you're not 5 minutes early, you're late. Type thing. You know what I mean? Showing up on time is not on time.
Yeah.
It's how it is. You don't ever know what's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but that's like the work.
You don't know what traffic's going to be like.
You don't know what's going to happen.
There's so much. And like just with getting on a plane, I'm always there like an hour early at least.
Yeah, because whatever you're doing at home, you can do at the airport.
Right.
Go fucking hang out at Chili's for 5 minutes.
I don't want there to be, you know what? The one time I show up, because like majority of the time I get to the airport nowadays, there's no line. It's you spend 5 minutes.
So fast.
It's so quick.
Yeah.
Right. But
the one day you show up
the
late.
one day I show up late is the day it's going to be packed.
Yeah.
Right. Not only is it going to be packed, but I'm going to be randomly chosen.
Yeah.
For a search.
My whole thing with that was
you guys would hate me. I'll be late for my own funeral.
I've got this fear now, like it's like I got to get home type thing, right? And I've talked about it before, but I was getting Austin on his plane one time. It was after Christmas. It was after the holiday, so it was packed. Have you ever been to Love Field?
Yeah.
Okay, so the general area. Uh-huh. Okay, so it went from the general area all the way down to Southwest. The wall, all the way back, and there was like 2 other little areas like that in between, and I started freaking out. I go, I'm about to pay whatever it costs to get through this line. Just upgrade me, upgrade him. All I gotta do is
do whatever.
He's too young for me to he can't just go through him by himself. I got to go through it with him.
Right.
And so I was like, just upgrade him, whatever. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna chill. We still got there like an hour and a half early, because we like to go there and have like breakfast or lunch, and we'll sit there and talk and whatever. Right. And so, but we got through it, but they were all of a sudden, that was the day to strike, because they weren't checking nobody's ass. You know what I mean? Like that was the day where they knew that something had gone fucking crazy wrong, and there was 500 people waiting to get through that security line.
Wow.
And they were just like, fucking, let's just go. Let's go.
Just move.
You go through it.
Go.
You know what I mean? He had a big old stuffed animal too, and all this kind of shit. And so they were just like, go.
Just go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it always makes me nervous. But I'm like, I tell Lizzie, like, even when we fly, I'm like, you want to go to the airport? She goes, yeah. I go, we'll go get some breakfast. We'll go get some lunch, dinner, whatever the hell it is, whatever time of day it is. We'll get a drink. We'll sit there and chill. And she's like, yeah, I'm in. I go, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, because the line will go like that.
Every time we've gone, the Vegas, we get there early. We hit up Chili's too. We get some pre-drinks going, but we just, I don't want anything to happen and to miss it. Yeah. Right. I want to get there. I want to leave and just not have any problems. I
don't want to sit there and be like, hey, can you hold the plane? I'm not doing that. I'd hate to be on the plane ready to go, and they're like, oh, we're going to hold the flight up for no. Just get this plane in the fucking air and let's get going.
Yeah.
What is that the last hypothetical? Or was that the only hypothetical?
Well, it was hypothetical number 2.
That was number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You got some WNBA talk over there.
We do, but what were you going to talk about?
About what?
Were you not just going to bring something up?
No, that was talking more about hypotheticals and shit like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So the Caitlin Clark effect has taken over the WNBA. Like,
that was the tip of
the Dallas Wings have sold out as season tickets.
I heard that they're going to bigger stadiums.
And not only that,
arenas.
so yeah, that's the other thing that I have is teams are moving their game versus the Fever to bigger arenas because of the demand for tickets. Because the demand of tickets was so high that they're going to bigger areas. They're answering the call for everyone who wants to go to these games. So is this kind of a turning point for the WNBA? That now, hey, they're going to start drawing more. In Dallas here, it was they just voted starting 2026, the Dallas Wings are going to move from UTA. They're playing at a local college. They're going to be moving to the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Arena. So they're going to be going somewhere bigger. But like for example, you've got the Washington Mystics. Their stadium, their arena typically holds 4,200 people. They're going to the Cap One Arena that's going to hold 20,000 people. So Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston are going to be fun to watch together. Yeah. So you're really starting to see an uptick, and there's a lot of other teams that are looking to move their games, so that they can get the demand. The demand for tickets is extremely high, and then you've got several teams that their season tickets have sold out, which that doesn't happen. So, we kind of talked a little bit about Caitlin Clark, and okay, is she really going to have the same draw power when she gets to the WNBA, right?
They're planning for it.
It's looking like she's going to.
Well, we'll see once it actually happens, right? Like, ticket sales and whatever. You don't know if those are like, scalpers and other shit like that. Now they do have like surge pricing for the WNBA and things like that. Like, it was crazy. Like, you look at the cost per ticket. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, so you're there to watch her, or like, because I don't get. I'm here for it, right? I think I've said it multiple times on this show that go ahead and pay them the same exact salary that the NBA makes and just shut them up,
right?
And they don't draw a crowd, but if she can put asses in seats, that's cool. But then eventually everybody's going to be like, okay, nice jumper, cool layup, nothing really. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen some of these things go absolutely bonkers. Here we go.
Yeah. So Busby says gambling and fantasy are helping the WNBA a lot, but I don't think the casual fans will stay involved.
No, of course not. No.
I mean, it just depends on what the quality is, right? You definitely do have a lot of hype around the WNBA this year with all the players that came out this year. Caitlin Clark, we'll see, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I know she's got a target on her back. You've got players, seasoned players talking. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Diana Taurasi was like, yeah, that stuff that you're doing is pretty cool when you're playing a bunch of 18-year-old kids, but wait till you start playing some grown women who've been playing this game a lot longer than you.
Yeah, there's really not that big of a jump.
So,
I mean, normally in like professional sports, from college to professional, there's a massive jump. I don't think there's a massive jump here. I think
there's still a pretty good sized jump because the amount of players that get to make it to the WNBA is not as high in relation to your other sports because there's less teams, less players.
Yeah.
Right? So you have a smaller percentage.
I wish she would have went to the NBA. I think that would have been cooler. But I obviously, I don't think. I think it would have been cool to see her because she could have been the one that did it, right? But then that would have fizzled kind of quick when, you're not playing. You're 6 foot tall. She's 6 foot, right? 6'1", I think.
So.
She's a guard, right? But normal guards in the NBA are 6'3" to 6'5", maybe 6'6", and they can jump up really fast and block a shot.
Yeah, she's 6 foot.
Yeah, she's 6 foot. So I'm glad that I think it's admirable for her to go to the WNBA and try to catch that thing on fire. Maybe, but that's the thing. The women are going to have to go out and watch this thing. Yeah, there's some guys out there that
I don't think she said no to the big three yet, Busby. I haven't heard anything as far as
she ain't gonna say no to that shit. I mean, she just got a Nike deal, so she might. She might be.
It's $5 million for 10 games.
Yeah,
maybe more if they make the playoffs. It's the team she.
So maybe she'll go out there and screw around. But
it's not going to interfere with her WNBA season. So
I think it hurts her, maybe, depending on how it goes out there. She goes out there and gets absolutely dominated, can't get a shot off and shit like that. Or she's, the thing going for her in that case is she's the youngest person on the court by probably 10 years.
Oh, yes, yeah.
By at least 10 years.
More.
You know what I mean? So, she's not going to be competing against people in their prime, but ex NBA, for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think, if you want her to succeed and you are someone that's complaining about the WNBA, NBA gap wage and stuff like that, but then you don't go to a game, just either shut your mouth or take your ass out to the game or watch it on TV every time they have a game and things like that. Go out there and support these ladies. Because if you're going to advocate for them and things like that, get your ass out there and support them because that's what they want. They don't need you to share a post on Twitter or Facebook. They need your ass in the seats. They need you to bring a friend. They need you to turn on the TV. Like when you leave the house to go to their game, turn on the TV and turn it to ESPN Women's or whatever channel it's on. You know what I mean? It's not our job to do it. We got our own shit. You know what I mean? We got our own stuff going on. There's a reason we're watching. I mean, we watch AEW wrestling. That's both.
Yeah.
But we got NHL on. We've got NBA going on. Listen, support your people. support your folks and things like that. But yeah, don't be like, trying to high road anybody and your sorry ass don't even show up to a game. You know what I mean? But I think she should definitely play Big Three. I wish she would have went to the NBA because she would have got the league minimum,
right?
Which was what, $4 million? I think $4 million a year,
something like that.
And she could have sat, and she would have trained and everything with the top athletes in the field for basketball. You know what I mean?
Yep. What's going on, Em? How you doing? Cheers.
Hey. Cheers. But yeah, I mean, it's as soon as you heard about where they were changing that particular game to like the bigger stadiums, I'm like, yeah, just don't change it just for those games, just all year round or whenever they have a game. Put them in. They want to be in Coliseums. They want to be in the AAC. They want to be in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean?
It's definitely something that can be good for the sport. We'll see how long if the attention span stays with it, right? And I think that's the big thing is just making sure the attention span staying. Me and my dad watching y'all while drinking Modelo's.
Oh,
nice.
I
Cheers.
like Modelo's. I like Modelo's a lot.
Modelo's are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good little.
What's the last thing you got for us tonight? Or wait, do you have another thing or two things?
I've got stuff.
Yeah, we can talk for a little bit longer. It's 8:30. Usually we go outside by now, but yeah, no, I'm in. I'm in it.
No, for sure. So did you see these payments that Tiger and Rory got from the PGA?
No.
Yeah. So Tiger is getting $100 million and Rory's getting $50 million for loyalty
No
to
shit.
the PGA. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Funny.
To which, I mean, Rory's got to be sitting there going, well, Tiger hasn't really played. Why is he getting more than me? I'm out here playing, speaking to everybody every week at all these press conferences. Now, Tiger's still talking, right?
Yeah.
And he's also Tiger, so.
Jesus.
Will Taylor Swift show up at a Liberty game? Oh, maybe.
Got Modelo and Ultras, Blue Moon keg. You got that Blue Moon keg? Nice. Hey, we got a week left for the giveaway. We got the little kegerator. It's not a kegerator. What is that thing, Alan?
I can't see.
The carbonated keg or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for your tabletop or your fridge or something like that. It's carbonated. You can put beer in it, things like that. Check out the post on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. But yeah, no, dude, that's dope.
Yeah. Now, what about everybody else who stayed?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. I was like, did you get any money for that?
That was all that came out was about those two getting those big payments for staying loyal because it was rumored that they were going to get a ton if they went to live.
Yeah,
a ton. Right? Like, wasn't it like rumored that like Tiger was like $1 billion that they were offering him to go to the live or something like that?
Yeah.
Like,
there's some people that have negative thoughts about it, and some people that don't care. They just take the money. I have no opinion because I don't know. Never been offered that much money.
I have, neither have I.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have not been offered that type of money.
And you kind of play whenever you want, and it's not 18. It's not like a 72 hole championship type thing or whatever it's called. It's not 4 days like for the.
No, they play three. They play 3 rounds, and there's no cut.
Yeah, it's just like fuck it. They're doing whatever they want. It's all crazy. It's wild as shit. I've never watched 1 second of it, to be honest.
Yeah,
like not one.
No, I mean I don't think I know where to watch it, even if I wanted to.
It's on the CW.
Yeah,
it's on like the 33.
CW still a thing?
I swear to God.
Huh?
And I go, that's funny. There's that live. I go, I went to CBS. I was like, I was like, PGA's on, baby. I'll watch it on. See, the cool thing about it too is that if you got Hulu or you have the ESPN Plus, you can watch it either on either one. So it's really cool. The PGA.
Okay. It's like the live? What?
No, I don't. Everybody knows where the live money comes from, but yeah, no, it's You can watch it on the CW.
The CW, which I didn't know that was still a thing.
That's what I saw.
I had no idea.
I was like, oh my God.
I thought they were done when like the Flash and Green Arrow and all that was done, right? So
the last thing I watched on there was the whatever that Batman series was.
Which one?
The live action one or whatever.
Are you talking about the Gotham?
Yeah, there you go.
Gotham Knights?
I think it's just called Gotham.
Because that wasn't on CW.
What was it on?
That was on like
the WB?
Fox, I think.
Oh, no shit.
That was Fox, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. No, there's two different things.
It's like same thing.
No, a little bit of a difference there between those two for sure. For sure. What are you looking forward to with the draft tomorrow?
Me, I just looking forward to just watching. I love watching the draft because I don't really care what happens because it's just chaos. But I do like trades. I like trading up, trading down, and all that kind of shit. I like booing Roger Goodell when he comes out, for no reason
It was
at all.
fun doing it live in person, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
maybe we'll go to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something. We've done that several times where we go out there and have fun. I usually go either live or I record when the Cowboys make their pick.
Right.
Because it's always hilarious.
Just everyone's upset.
They don't know what. Cowboy fans are almost as hilarious as Jerry Jones. It's a great show no matter what. But yeah, no, I'll have some wings and some beers and relax and whatnot. Let's just start taking a tour called the Sultans of Swing. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow, and I'll be looking forward to just crazy picks. It technically starts the NFL season for us.
Yep.
Especially being in Dynasty right now.
We've got a draft in about 6 days.
Yeah.
So once we get kind of the final details of that, how that's going to go down, but it's supposed to be like next Tuesday.
And so yeah, as soon as that draft hits, and you know what players are going to be on what teams, and then I'm doing mock drafts on Mondays, first Monday of the month type thing. Fantasy football starts kind of kicking off a little bit. Next month will be all speculation and bullshit. Then we'll have our rankings coming out in like June and July, and then before you know it, man, August will be here. Labor Day will be here, and all hell break loose.
Looking forward to really getting into some fantasy football talk for sure. Keep your eyes open. Make sure you're following the SB Fantasy Football Podcast, because we're going to start dropping episodes here soon. We got to start getting into it, especially once like these rookies are all drafted. Once this draft is over, maybe we do a quick little rookie talk next week, right?
Yeah.
But make sure to check us out there. Check out the SB Baseball Podcast as well as, hey, you want a little bit some more extra content? Check us out over on Patreon, patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. Get in there for $3 a month. You get the extra episodes there. You get the previews of the beers that we're having majority of the time. And just extra. You get more, right?
Yeah.
And your first month's on me.
There you go.
So once you join, I'll shoot you a message and say, hey, how would you like your money back? And I'll shoot you over your money for sure.
Hug coupons, reach arounds, the cowboy grip.
And I think later this year, we're going to have the raffle for which Patreon gets to have Rapid Dave's Butt Bubby.
There you go.
So it's going to be fun, guys. But hey, thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you to Mr. Dillon Busby and Mostly Football joining us.
Yeah.
It was a great time. We love you guys. As always, I'm Alan.
Rapid Dave.
We'll talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thank you for listening to the Strikeout Beer Podcast.